What's up, everybody? I'm Red Cloud Gamer. He's the Green Swing. This is Nsx Gaming. What's up, Sween?
That's the energy I like to see, man. What's up, brother?
All right, what's up, man? We're back at it. It's been a while. I obviously
Yo,
had some issues with my work schedule, but I got that day shift all ironed out. I'm good now. We can do this pretty much 3, 4, 5 times a week. No time,
and I got
anytime.
and I got the night shift. This is our second podcast this week after taking like almost like a month off. And here's the thing: I got a question. Is this my first podcast actually for gaming since I've had the PC, or have we had one since then?
I'd have to go back and watch the other ones, see what date we put them up on.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's borderline.
I
It's
know it's the
borderline,
first one since you started playing that Final Fantasy game that you weren't gonna play.
and on top of that, it's the first one I've definitely had since I've had this big monitor, the dual screen monitor, the big monitor, right? Because I know I haven't had access to do everything.
Right,
It-
right.
It's incredible.
It is
Well,
nice.
yeah. So we're
Hey,
gonna
you're
talk
welcome for
about
that PC, by the way.
Hey, I've been saying it all month and a half. Now I know we haven't done a podcast since. You know why? Because thank you for the PC, bro.
Nice, nice.
And I know I would have said that on the last podcast.
Well, we're gonna watch the last one and find out that you already thanked me, but that's all right.
Yeah, right. But you know what? I've already thanked you 100 times since. But yeah, I did give Final Fantasy a shot because I came back originally to play some WoW in Shadowlands, and
Right. I remember you were on WoW like all day, every day when I gave you that computer.
then Blizzard kind of had an oof.
We should yeah, we should probably just use this to segue into what we've been playing lately, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, well, so Final Fantasy, right? Because World of Warcraft and Blizzard, they hit a major oof, rocking the road. Uh, Big allegations coming out that were true, that were just awful to hear.
And we're
You
there
know,
for a long time, and honestly are plaguing the entire gaming industry, and I'm sure many other industries than that.
and I,
But it's
and I,
about time they're
yeah,
called to light and people are called out on their bullshit.
and it was crazy. And there were a lot of inconveniences in this expansion. I think people are going a little overboard saying the story is bad. There is one bad thing. I'm not going to spoil for people who are still playing through the story. But outside of that one thing, I've seen some of the best story elements I've seen in World of Warcraft to date, and that's me being 100% honest and unbiased. Um, so anyway, despite that, the controversy, a lot of my friends playing MMOs at that time ended up leaving World of Warcraft. So I ended up going to try Final Fantasy for a little while, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I loved it.
Loved it. I know
And
you did. You're talking to me
vi-
about it every single day.
and it's got a lot of ups on World of Warcraft. Visuals, I feel like the passion's a lot more there right now than with World of Warcraft, and there's a lot going on in that game that just really makes it a fantastic game. It's got an awesome community, and I still plan on playing the game to beat the story. But if we're going to be realistic, to maintain two MMOs over a longer time would be kind of insane. If you have the time and the brain for it, good for you. Working full time and having a family, man, one MMORPG is probably too much for me, honestly. But I still play it because I love it. And so ultimately, I played through Final Fantasy and I enjoyed it. But I'm a big PvP guy at the end of the day. And over time, I mean, I tried to stream Final Fantasy's PvP, and I was sitting there waiting 50 minutes in queue. Um, so it was kind of unfortunate. Like it's like that a lot, and the PvP is not there. And the problem is I was like kind of hopeful they were adding a new PvP system into the next expansion in November, right? But what I found out is they're taking out the rank system they have now to replace it with a non-rank system because they don't want competition in Final Fantasy because they feel like it can make people toxic, which is true, but it also ruins it for people who kind of have control, just like to compete a little bit in the game. I personally like playing a massive multiplayer online game to compete. That's just my personal thing. I like doing PvP more than raiding. I love raiding. I love doing dungeons, but PvP is my thing. And ultimately, when they started firing a lot of people, a lot of these people obviously that were talked about through the company and reported, and then the owners, the CEO, there's a lot of change going at Blizzard now, right? And they're doing this major patchwork, and the public test rounds, people are very happy. They're saying if the game was like this to begin with, we might have been fine. Is it too late? I don't know. But personally, I think with a lot of the changes, I just have a lot of hope in the new leadership that's stepping up that got the change that they wanted. It's clear that a lot of people at Blizzard have been suffering. But you know what? At the end of the day, dude, I remember as a kid wanting to like looking up where Blizzard was in Anaheim and everything, and I wanted to be like a graphic designer for Blizzard at one point just because I love the game so much. And it really sucks for the good people that are still working on the game and are putting their creativity and their heart into the game and maybe haven't had the opportunity to get what they want in the game. And it sucks to not support those guys. And when you're getting that negative, you know, stems off the branch or whatever you want to say, it just helps a lot. And I'm just staying hopeful and I'm supporting the game until, you know, the game's done. I put so many years into it, so much progress. It's just not worth quitting for me personally. I could see the appeal for a lot of people, but for me, it's just I'd rather play WoW, truthfully.
I mean, I think a lot of people are still like that, but the truth is the MMORPG in general, like that genre, has been falling off for years. You know, WoW I think is at like less than 3 million monthly subscribers, and actually, I think maybe you told me that Final Fantasy has either passed it or come really close to it.
It
There was a
surpassed it
point,
by a little bit. Yeah, no, it surpassed it.
yeah, there was a point that WoW had, you know, 5 to 10 times that subscriber base. The MMORPG just doesn't really thrive like it used to. It's kind of gaming. Gaming always has these periods where one genre comes to the forefront, and it looks like the MMO has fallen off. I think a lot of people might have switched to Final Fantasy just because they were tired of WoW. You know, I
Yeah,
mean, the game came
I
out,
think that's
what?
the truth. Yeah,
Dude, I was a kid. That game
2004.
came out 17 years ago.
Oh, four. No, 2004.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
17 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
So,
that's half of my life ago. That's realistically, there should have been a WoW successor by now, and obviously we know that there was the, you know, next gen MMO. I think it was Project Titan that ended up getting canned, and most of its assets were used for Overwatch. And now all the rumors are that they are developing another next gen MMO, but who knows when we're going to see it. For now, I mean, some people are going to migrate to World of Warcraft. Some are going to stay with WoW. Some might migrate to some of the other games. You know, Black Desert's kind of popular.
well,
Star Wars,
I'll tell you what.
whatever.
I'll tell you what. I got to play New World's open beta.
That's
or
the
closed
Amazon
beta.
game, right?
Well, yeah,
The
they
one
said
that
open
initially
beta.
launched and you could like
Purchase
kind of,
XP.
yeah,
and,
purchase XP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking terrible. And that's what scares me with that game. I'll tell you, it is a very fun game. I got to play it. I've been playing with this gaming community lately. You know, they're a big WoW community, but they play a lot of games. They have GTA and just a bunch of. They did New World, but they do Star Wars: The Old Republic actually now too, which that's getting a lot of praise now for the improvement that game's had. I'm actually going to give that game a shot, believe it or not. But yeah, no, these guys are fun. Shout out to Rune Gaming, Rune TV. They're awesome. They're on Twitch, so you could definitely check them out too. But no, yeah, ultimately, I mean, I understand the appeal behind Final Fantasy. There's definitely more to it right now, I would say. But let me tell you, the algorithm of being a WoW fan is that people get tired at the end of the expansion, and this shit at the end of the expansion did not help. But WoW's algorithm will tell you, and there might be a delay of this because of what's going on, right? And then who even knows that this happens, but I will tell you, they're on pace for 2022 to be the next expansion. And I'll tell you, with a new team behind WoW and a new expansion coming, I promise you people will hype that up like crazy. And I feel like the progress in Final Fantasy is going to come to a halt. That's why I just kind of want to beat the game and be like, I don't want to grind out any crazy end game content because I know at the end of the day, people will come back to WoW. I believe it in my heart. I do believe that truly.
I don't know, man. I think Final Fantasy has surpassed it.
For now, I agree.
I
And
think
it probably
surpassed it. I don't think WoW can come back.
maybe not. Yeah, you might be right. I don't know. My gut tells me otherwise, but you could be right. I'm not sitting here saying you're wrong at all. I can't predict the future, but it's 50-50 at this point, right? But just what my heart tells me is when they release the next expansion, everybody's going to go nuts. And if they really actually put some new passion with this team in it, they'll have the right to go nuts, you know, and that's what it should be like. But
I mean, it's not like it has a dramatically rebuilt team. There's some changes, but no more than any other game has regularly. The bones of the game are the same that were built 17 years ago. There's not much you can actually do to change that. You can't hide the foundation of a house by building a bigger house on top of it, man.
yeah, but they could add things into the game that can make it so much better. Like, there's a lot of things that I took away from Final Fantasy that I'm like, wow, things like this were in WoW, it would be so different. Like, the fact that you have a free company place, which is like equivalent to a guild in World of Warcraft, uh, like you have a house for that, like a community place to chill at. And I'm like, wow, World of Warcraft like doesn't have like a. Imagine if you had your own guild house that you could customize and hang out with your guild mates. Like, where's that kind of interaction with my guild? Where's player housing? Like
Bro,
the
you're letting
golden.
me slip right now, dude. We're 10 minutes
Why?
in and you didn't even tell me to turn your video on, man.
Well, we're talking to
Boom.
see. Yeah. Oh yeah.
There you go. Throw your video on. Jesus.
It's another game I've been playing, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's not
Let's
spend this
skip.
all on Final
Yeah.
Fantasy. Let's get to something
Yeah.
else.
Bottom line, I'm playing WoW right now. There it is. Uh, Ori and the Blind Forest. I've been playing. We had a deal. I said I beat Ori. If you gave me the PC, I said for real this time I got you. And I played a little bit the other
Hang
night.
on, hang on, hang on. Let's explain this for a minute. You wanted a logo, a cool picture of you and Snorlax. I gave you that.
Oh yeah, that
And
was the
then you were
original
supposed
deal.
to play
Yes.
Ori. And then you were like, yo, I played it, I didn't like it, I'm done. So you didn't fulfill your deal.
And I did
And
it.
then I gave you the PC and you were like, alright, bro, you can pick a game and I'll beat it, no question.
And then
I
I
was like,
liked
well,
it.
you still owe me Ori, so let's add Ori 2 in. And now you're playing Ori.
Yeah, there was something about having it in front of my face on PC that really made the difference for me with this game, I feel like the fact that I could closely observe things and really take note to the features in the world and everything like that. I think it helped a lot for my gameplay because I mean I was stuck on something. You're gonna see me solve this chase within like 5 minutes, and I mean I was stuck and I couldn't figure out these maps. I don't know why. I just couldn't figure it out when I was playing on Xbox, but
Oh,
PC
I
I
played
kind
on
of.
Xbox. I loved it. This is like
Well, you gotta
one
you
of my
gotta think
favorite Xbox One games, period.
I'm kind of back to playing a higher complexity of games too. And a
Oh, yeah,
higher.
because you're moving away from the Nintendo stuff.
Well, I still play here and there. I've been playing a lot of uh, classic Nintendo games too on PC.
So, yeah, we got you playing Ori. You're going to beat it this time. I have started to fulfill my resolution of getting you back into the world of Microsoft and Xbox. I mean, granted, this one's actually on PC, but it's an Xbox game.
Yeah, we were talking the other day, and I brought up like a crazy realistic statue, and I think I've been on Microsoft more than Nintendo this year. It's close now, right? Because between two MMORPGs and God, all the games I played around it, I know I'm coming close.
Yeah, you're
I know
definitely sinking some time into that PC. It's nice. It's nice to
a
see it get
lot.
some use. I mean, the thing sat in my closet for a while, so
Yeah,
seeing it
and
finally be brought back to life, that's nice.
I agree 100%.
So what else? You got any other games you want to talk about you've been playing lately?
I just been playing a couple of Steam games, man. I've been playing Phasmophobia. I've been playing hmm, just a couple of other Steam games and Xbox games. Really, we'll talk about a couple games later that I've been playing, I guess, when we get to the Xbox section. But yeah, really, Sonic Adventure. Like I said, some classic games, some NFL Street, ESPN 2K5 football.
Oh, you've been
But
playing a
really,
good football game. The last good football game. Gotcha. All right.
yeah, right.
All right. Nice. I haven't really been playing too much. You know, I kind of got hooked on Warzone with that bad schedule I had. It was like I really the only thing I had time to play because I could turn it on and hop in for 20 minutes or hop in for an hour and have a good time regardless. And everyone I worked with was always like, "Hey, let's play some Warzone." Now I'm on days. I'm getting back to playing some more stuff. I actually bought a couple games today. Um, I bought the new arcade boxing game, Big Rumble Boxing Creed Champions. I'm gonna try that after we get done with this. And you know, I bought Deathloop yesterday, so that's my tomorrow game. I'm off tomorrow. I plan to sink right into that. I have heard nothing but great things about it. It's Arcane, who, I mean, let's be real, they only know how to make great games, so I'm definitely gonna like that.
Oh, absolutely.
And you know what? It's not completely recent. I mean, it was actually like 3 weeks ago, but we haven't done a podcast. So I did play through 12 minutes. Did I tell you about this?
No.
So 12 minutes is that like top-down indie game that they showed at E3, I think last year. It's got like a star-studded cast. You're like Daisy Ridley, Willem Dafoe, and I can never remember his name. The guy from Split. It'll come to me after the podcast, and I'll feel like a jerk for not saying it. I already do. But it's like a top-down, old-school point-and-click PC game, right? Where you point at whatever you want to interact with, and then your dude does it. And you play as a guy who comes home, and you're hanging out with your wife, and she's like telling you all this different stuff based on the questions you ask and what interactions you have. And then a cop shows up, says he's arresting the wife for murdering her dad, and then he kills you both. And then you just restart. It's like once you die,
You told me
boom,
about this
the
game.
day
Yeah,
starts
yeah, yeah.
over.
I
And
remember
you got
now.
to keep going through it over and over and over, trying to learn new things each time. And each time you learn something new, you can progress a little bit further until you find out what the hell happened. It was really a fun experience. I sat here actually with the missus and like let her make a lot of the choices so she could be a little, involved in the game, and we both enjoyed it. If they made another one, I would play it again. I definitely recommend it to everybody. It is on Game Pass on PC and Xbox. So, if you're a Game Pass member, you know that membership that we always talk about being the best deal in gaming. Well, it's even better because now there's a dope game like that too. They've got something for everybody on there.
I sure do.
I definitely recommend it. 12 minutes. Give it a shot. It doesn't even take too long to beat. I mean, you could probably finish the entire game in like 3 hours if you really wanted.
Oh, love me some GTA 5 on PC too. That's another one. But
Yeah,
we'll
well,
get
we'll bring GTA 5 up again later.
some other day. Yeah. Well, I guess we'll bring it up today, unfortunately. But let's start with Nintendo. I'm kind of. I mean, I know you haven't been keeping up on Nintendo. We're everywhere with games lately, right? And I guess I'm just gonna go over the biggest news of September real quick. Kind of give you a highlight. I think next month's the big month to talk about. Uh, Patent came out for the Nintendo Switch. Nintendo 64 controller is being made for the Nintendo Switch, and it is confirmed 100% that the controller is real to patent. So uh, I'm going to assume if the controller comes, the Nintendo 64 games come to the Switch.
I mean,
I
that sounds
guess
like a safe assumption.
my one interesting factor of this is this still going to be included with the $20 a year membership, or is this going to
No,
require?
no.
No.
I looked this up after you mentioned it to me, and the first thing that comes up is the guy that leaked it said everything he's been told is the price will jump to $30 or $35 for the premium membership.
I think it's going to be 64 and Game Boy Color from what I'm hearing, so that makes sense. And it's worth it. I think that's worth it.
Yeah, I mean, I think their service is good for what it is for having the NES and SNES games, and it is definitely worth a little more money if they're going to add in some more games for us. But
Yeah, 15 for the year. 15 for the year. I
yeah,
mean,
I'm still gonna complain until they give us some more of the like regular online features we're looking for.
yeah, I know. Well, we'll
Like,
get into that. They're getting there, but they're not there.
yeah, because
Well, I
that's
know.
what
I'm
Nintendo
not
does.
gonna.
They're always getting there, but they're not there.
I
It's
mean,
just
I can't confirm or deny that. I think I just heard that in one video, but I don't know how true it is. So I don't want to quote it 100%. But big update happened. Nintendo Switch got Bluetooth enabled. 13.0 update. They have now Bluetooth access, so you can hook up Bluetooth headphones. From what I heard, microphones will not work on the Bluetooth. It just sounds weird. I don't want to go by whatever the video said. I want to try it for myself before I go there. But yeah, we do got Bluetooth at least enabled for the Switch when you're playing docked. So that's cool. That's good. Should have been there at launch, I feel like, but we got it.
yeah.
uh,
I remember when it came out, like people were talking about how the Switch hardware supported Bluetooth, but we didn't have access to it for some reason. So it's nice that we finally get it.
yeah. And then I guess the last thing really, we're gonna cruise and blast this because that's the game right now that's out, in my opinion. Is cruise and blast. But all jokes aside, September Direct, it's been leaked heavy. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't believe it. I'm not feeding into the hype. I think there's gonna be one in October.
Hang on.
I know there's.
According to Nintendo's release notes, you can now pair headphones, earbuds, speakers, and other audio devices that connect with Bluetooth to any Nintendo Switch console for audio output. This will not, however, extend to Bluetooth microphones. You still have
Okay,
to
there you
use the
go.
Nintendo Switch online app to voice chat with your friends.
That's garbage. Oh
That's
my god.
it's always like a half measure with Nintendo. Like, oh, this is what you want. Well, we'll give you part of it, but not all of it.
Somewhat good. It's just not good enough. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's not even good actually. Uh, well, and September Direct, like I said, I know it's been a thing for the last 5 years. Not trying to sound pessimistic at all, but I think it's more towards October. I
Well,
think
yeah,
they
with
would have
them
did.
launching another system, it kind of makes sense to do it in October.
I think they would have did it. I think they would have did it right now. I think they, or not even right now. I think they would have did it within the first 2 weeks, so a little bit before now. But I think we're past the time where they would have did it. To be honest with you, uh,
I
but
mean,
I could be wrong.
we'll
But
see. They could obviously pull one in the very late
I think
stages of
I
September.
think they have so many games coming in October. I already said Metroid Dread and I said Super Mario Party. I didn't bring up Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Or is that November? That's November.
Yeah.
I'm lying. Never mind. Forget me. Um, all right. September Direct. That's really it for Nintendo. Cruise Blast came out. If you don't have it, go get that game. It looks fucking awesome. Kick ass.
Yeah, I used to love the cruising games. N64 back in the day. I always thought that would be like a solid type of thing to go back to, especially with online and whatnot.
One of my favorite arcade actual like cabinet games that you can find at the arcade. Pretty dope. Uh, PlayStation State of Play. I guess we could just kind of go over the highlights briefly, right? Uh, it was pretty good though. I would say overall this was really good.
Well,
I'm kind
remember, it actually wasn't a state of play. It was the PlayStation Showcase for some
showcase.
reason. I don't quite understand, but
So they kicked it off with that Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic
right. So we
remake.
got Knights of the Old Republic remake. I feel like it was probably a little bit too early to announce that because all they really had was a CG trailer. I'm not really a big fan of that. If you don't have like the full game to show me, then I don't really want to see what you have to show me. It's cool to know it's coming, and I guess it's a timed exclusive on PlayStation. It is going to be coming elsewhere, so I don't know when. Probably knowing Sony a year, but lately they have signed some 2-year deals, so I guess we'll see.
Yeah, and then we got we'll see. Yeah, I mean I don't know what they're doing there, but I wish we got to see more Knights of the Old Republic. And the same thing for the next game. I wish we got to see more of Wolverine.
Uh,
But
yeah.
we will.
Um.
We will. With time.
No, I'm a little curious at that. It's an Insomniac game. I love Insomniac. They're really carrying the PlayStation at this point. Not to say that it's doing bad otherwise, but they're delivering some of the best titles that Sony has with Spider-Man Remastered, Spider-Man Miles Morales, Ratchet and Clank. I did get the platinum on that, so that's dope. They just make great games. They've always made great games. They're always gonna make great games. It's just what they do. It's all they do. The way they built Spider-Man and made like arguably the best comic book superhero game, I'm
Yeah.
super excited for what they're probably going to be able to pull off with Wolverine. I did see they said it's like a full game with a more mature dark tone. We're probably a ways away from seeing it, which sucks. But coming from Insomniac, just expect greatness. That's all they do. You know. Early in the show, they showed that well, it was like Project Eve. It looked like a mix of like 10 games. Like every time they showed another cut of it, I was like, oh, this looks like it's like Bayonetta or something. Like, oh no, maybe it's Nier. Yeah, it's definitely Platinum Games, or maybe not. And I just couldn't figure out what the hell it was. It looked really cool. Hack and slash, like sci-fi futuristic, end of the world kind of game, with like monsters. I'm intrigued. I want to see more. What was your take on it?
I thought it looked pretty good. It definitely wasn't. There were so many big things there. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, they showed a
Trying
good
to,
amount of stuff. I did think the presentation was a little weird. How they like ended with the interviews, but they didn't really have like a set breakdown. If you know what I mean, like I feel like it should have completely stopped and they had a separate video, kind of like Nintendo does their treehouses at E3. Because a lot of
right.
people that I talked to actually thought that the ending was the interviews, and they were like, "Yo, that's like kind of stupid the way it ended. They should have just ended with God of War." And I'm trying to tell them, like, dude, it did end with God of War. For some reason, they just
Right.
didn't break the videos separately.
Yeah, I know. Well, I guess I mean anybody could just go look up the PlayStation presentation. I gotta ask you though. I care more about this. Is what was your favorite game? What was your favorite game to take away from that presentation?
Uh, I don't know. I don't know exactly. I mean, I definitely am hyped for God of War. I think I was probably more hyped for Spider Man, but my answer is probably God of War because it's coming sooner.
Yeah.
So, But Spider-Man's definitely got me hyped. I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
That looked great. They did say it was rendered in engine on a PS5, so that's dope. Uh, what else did they really show? I mean, we saw, um, we saw what was the Borderlands game?
Tina Wonderland or
Yeah,
Tiny Tina's, yeah. Yeah, it looks good.
yeah, it's like a little
I'm not the
spin-off.
biggest
A lot
Borderline
of
guy, so
action,
I mean,
a lot of metal. I'll tell you, Borderlands 2 is some of the most fun I've ever had in gaming.
I know
I
everybody
spent so
loves
much
that.
time on that game. I
I
got
just
all
never
the
got
achievements
into
on
it.
360. Got them again on Xbox One. I had a blast at that game.
I just never got into it. At
3
that
I
time.
wasn't too big into, but I'll check this out. A bunch of my friends love the Borderlands games. Visually, it looked impressive. I look forward to checking it out. I definitely do. Tiny Tina was an interesting character. I'm sure it's going to be a lot of explosions, a lot of guns, a lot of just mayhem. So that'll be dope. And I think they said March for that.
Yeah.
We did get another trailer for the for Spoken from Square Enix, which I'm not even really certain what that game is. It looks cool as hell. The graphics look awesome. The use of magic in the trailer looks cool. I don't really feel like a connection to the character yet, and they're normally pretty good at like very early on connecting me to their characters in their trailers. But so far, this one just hasn't done it. I'm gonna play it because it's a Square Enix game. They always get my attention. They put a lot of time, energy, money, and love into the crafting of their titles. So I definitely have every intention to play when it comes out. It again was also set for March 2022. I feel like early 2022 is getting kind of hot. I'm being honest. Like I make a decent amount of money at my job, and I'm still like, dude, I don't know if I can buy all these damn games.
I know it's definitely crazy out there.
Yeah.
Told myself I wasn't going to buy a game this week, and I already bought a game this week. It's the first day of the week of me saying that.
Yeah.
my
I
ta-
bought a
my
couple.
take
So.
my takeaway game would probably be Blood Hunt for me personally. I thought that game looked sicker. It
Oh,
reminded me of
the Vampire Masquerade game.
yeah, it reminded me of some like old school Black Flag multiplayer, which I was a huge fan of back in the day. What am I fucking doing here in the game?
Dying a lot. I've been
I'm
noticing
not.
you're not doing that great here. You gotta launch that up, so you gotta aim yourself down. They did announce a remaster of one of my favorite games. This actually was announced before the PlayStation Showcase, and it's not just a PlayStation game. It's coming to Xbox as well, October 5th. Alan Wake. I don't know if you
Oh
played
yeah, I
that.
saw that.
I played
No,
that when
I
it was
didn't.
brand new on 360. That game was really cool, man. I can't wait to see what they do with the remaster. How remastered it is. Is it a simple upres, or am I really gonna be like, oh my god, this game looks so much better? Either way, I'm gonna enjoy it. It was kind of like a combination of like Twilight Zone and that Johnny Depp movie, like Secret Window, if you remember, where he was like a writer that went off to the mountains and went
I've
like
never seen
psychotic
that.
or
No,
something.
no, I've never seen that.
Oh. Well, the game was dope. It's set up like episodically, like you play an episode. Whatchamacallit, you play through an episode, and then like at the end of it, it ends like kind of like, oh, wait for the next episode, and then you immediately play the next episode, and it starts with like a previously on Alan Wake, blah blah blah. It's got a lot of cool references in it. They did announce that they're kind of merging Alan Wake and Control and all of their stuff into like one gaming universe, so that's pretty cool. And just seeing that it's coming, and it's coming soon. What's today? Today's the 16th, so it's coming in like 2.5 weeks. It's October 5th. Which actually, by the way, that's the release date for your Nickelodeon All Star Brawl.
Yeah, I can't wait for that game. That will be shown on the podcast, promise, and streamed.
Yeah, they confirmed Ren and Stimpy for it the other day. We already knew anyway, but they did confirm them. That game looks awesome. I know it's not part of the PlayStation Showcase, and we're getting off topic, but I've always been surprised that outside of PlayStation All Star Battle Royale, no one has really tried to like compete with
Smash.
With Smash. So it's nice to see that someone's trying. We've heard that this game actually has a good chance of like competing, especially online. It's got like significantly better netcode than Smash, so
Well,
we'll see how that works out.
I think it's more towards a lot of people. I think a lot of people understand that this is the last run for Smash. At least through Masahiro Sakurai. I don't know if they'll continue the franchise without him, but he's talked about retirement very openly, and this is definitely it for Smash. So
I mean, yeah, I've heard that as well, but I think that this
this
game is
is
just
it.
exciting. A lot of us are Nickelodeon fans. We grew up fans of those franchises, and
Oh,
seeing.
absolutely. Well, this is a great new beginning. This is a great way to replace a game like Smash if it's going away. You know, it's I'm definitely excited. I can't wait to see like Ultimate Fighter 1 reveal. Fucking like I can't wait. Sheen Carl. Timmy
That's
Turner.
that's terrible. Uh, oh, you know what they showed after Alan Wake? Dude, bro, this is gonna be the biggest game ever. Or I'm sorry, this already is the biggest game ever. They showed Grand Theft Auto 5 again.
Oh yeah, it's coming out.
Dude, look. All right, I played this game on 360 when it came out, and I was blown away. I could not
Still
believe.
coming out.
I could not believe the amount of stuff they got done on the 360 and PS3 hardware. Those systems at that point were very old. It was really impressive what they were able to do with such old hardware. But like, dude, they're not doing nothing special anymore. Like, this is the same game now.
Whole
Eight
casino in there.
years.
The casino is a game changer.
No, because the casino exists on the current version of the game. Like, it's not doing anything special. We're looking for GTA 6. Tell me how PS2
I
got
want
3
it.
Grand Theft Autos, and GTA 5 got 3 PlayStations. That doesn't make sense to me.
That good of a game.
Okay, it's a great game, but like at this point, I mean, you look it up online. It's getting ratioed like crazy. People are not happy with the GTA 5 trailer. First off, it didn't look much better. You know, originally when they announced it for PS5, they showed it running like on a PS4, and people were like, "Ew, the game looks like this," and they were like, No, that's just showing the current game. We don't have any builds to show of the PS5 version yet." Now this one was the PS5 version, and I mean, it looks better, I guess, but like speaking as someone that's played the game on PC already, like it doesn't compare to what you can get performance wise on a PC, especially if you're mod inclined. And it's the same game, man. I'm not dropping $60 on that game again. I don't care.
I feel you.
They can put it on PlayStation Plus, and I'm not playing it again. All right, give me Grand Theft Auto 6. I'm happy for anyone that apparently hasn't played it yet. I think it's got 140 million sales, so I don't know exactly how many people that is. But for those of us that have played through it already, I think most of us are kind of tired of playing through GTA 5. So, yeah, let's be done with that. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
They showed Ghostwire Tokyo.
Yeah.
We already saw this once. It looked good. The graphic style I like. Ooh, you're gonna miss that. The graphic style I like. The gameplay looks interesting. I'm gonna be honest. A lot of these games I'm not gonna be able to sink my time into. Between having 5 kids, full-time job, girlfriend, and liking games, I don't have the time to play everything they showed. But for the people that do like those games, I'm sure you're gonna enjoy it. The next one they showed, I will play because I'm a Marvel fanatic. So Guardians of the Galaxy is coming. We already know it's coming. It's actually coming fairly soon, October. I don't know. I think it looks good. I'm excited to play it. A single player game, story driven. It seems cool. I do wish that it had the MCU voice actors, but I know that that's kind of expensive and hard to do. I think the art style looks good. I'm sure the gameplay is going to be fun. Marvel has kind of been really good lately outside of the Avengers, which I still think was actually pretty good. It was just very grindy. I'm excited. I'm going to get it. I'll get it day one, and you'll probably get some footage on the podcast whenever that week is, whatever episode we film.
And then I guess the last game I want to bring up really, really quick, and then we'll move on to Xbox quick because we don't have too much for there. Just other than I've been playing a bunch of Game Pass games, but Gran Turismo 7 looked really, really good.
Gran Turismo 7 looked freaking incredible. Not really, really good. All right, I mean, I've watched that trailer so many times. Like, it's tough for me to really pick out like gameplay that's like clearly gameplay. Like, there's a lot of spots in there where I'm like, all right, that looks like real life, man.
Yeah.
And I mean, it should, because polyphony is phenomenal. I mean, I remember back to the original PS2 reveal with Gran Turismo 3. Like, they've always pushed the boundaries of what a system can do with racing titles. And now with the power of the PS5, knowing how good Gran Turismo Sport looked on PS4, I should have expected Gran Turismo 5, or I'm sorry, Gran Turismo 7 to look this good.
Right.
But somehow it still shocked me.
Yeah, no,
I
absolutely.
can't
It's
wait.
shocking.
And guess what? That's another March game. Like, what are they doing to me in March, man? I essentially have to do like 10 days of overtime just to keep up with all of these damn games.
Yeah, pretty soon we'll be doing a 2022 segment because there's a lot of games already announced for 2022
I
that
mean,
look
at this
fucking
point, we'll
off the
be doing
chart.
like a February and March 2022 segment. We don't even need
Yeah,
to do the
right.
rest of the year.
January too. Throw fucking
It's just
Pokemon Legends in there,
it's
Jesus.
crazy.
All right,
We did get another
fucking
look at Deathloop. I've got it here, so I'm not going to talk much about it. It'll be the game that is probably on video next time we do one of these. It's Arcane. They make great games.
you
It
recorded
is.
footage?
It is. I haven't played yet. I'm going to record footage for it when
Oh,
I
okay,
play.
gotcha.
It's it's a Bethesda game. The interesting thing about it, obviously, is it's an Xbox made game now because they own Bethesda. It's probably the last single player Bethesda game that's going to come to PlayStation, and it's probably one of their Game of the Year candidates. We did get whatchamacallit, Uncharted 4 and The Lost Legacy are coming to PS5 and PC. I'm a little bit more interested to see it come to PC because I do feel like whatchamacallit, the PS5 version that we saw, I don't know if you watched the Digital Foundry stuff, but it doesn't really look all that spectacular if I'm being real with you.
Gotcha.
I mean, it's not bad, but it's like still targeting 1440p on a system that's massively more powerful than the system that ran it on 1440p already. I don't really understand. I don't want to sit here and tell you that, that doesn't mean it's going to be good. It's going to be good. The game is already good, but when you're doing a remaster, I'm looking for like legitimate upgrades, because otherwise it should just be one of those free upgrades that we're getting on the other console. We saw Chia, right? The game that kind of looked like Moana and Maui in one character, where it had that like palette. What do you call it? Like the art style of Moana, where they're in like the islands, slightly bigger heads, and Maui's powers of turning into animals. I don't know. It looked interesting. I'm definitely gonna check it out. But before we move off, the big thing for me, Spider-Man 2 looks great, but isn't coming to 2023. So I'm gonna
So
just
God of
avoid
War.
talking about it. And God of War. God of War looked amazing. We got confirmation that God of War is the final in the Norse saga. So that's interesting, because I believe that it was supposed to be a trilogy. The gameplay looked great. I liked the comparison, or I don't know. I liked how it compared to the original God of War reveal, where in the first God of War trailer you saw Kratos in gameplay teaching Atreus how to hunt, and now you've got him coming, Atreus coming in with a deer of his own. He actually kind of like little nod to the fact that he's Loki. You see when he's first carrying in the deer, he has like very Loki-esque antlers over his head because the deer's antlers are on top of him, which I thought was a pretty cool little touch.
Yeah.
The gameplay looked great. The first game was great, so I'm not at all expecting the gameplay of this one not to be great. They did get confirmation that it's going to be the same thing as the last one, where you're able to experience the entire game with no camera cuts, so it's like a one-shot game, if you will. It's gonna be dope, man. I can't wait to play it. We didn't get a date, but it's probably March the way everything else is going.
Word. Well,
Yeah.
like I said, I already said mine. So
Yeah. You wanna move on to Xbox? We don't have a lot.
yeah, let's finish up Xbox. I still got work and I gotta leave very, very soon. So let's
Yeah.
finish this up.
Let's hit
Got
that.
started a little late today. We'll adjust to it. It's obviously all new for us, so that's not a problem. We just gotta get the
Yeah.
timing down a little bit better. So let's talk about some new accessories they have that are fucking pretty, huh?
Oh yeah, you sent me a couple pictures you wanted me to bring up, so I'll just throw it right over your footage. Let's start out
Yeah.
with the Forza controller.
This is the controller I'm gonna get. I'm gonna get this pre-ordered soon. I can't wait for Forza Horizon 5. We'll talk about that in a second. I just want to talk about three
November
light
9th.
games. November 9th, baby. Forza Horizon 5. That controller design is fucking nice. It's one of my favorite designs I've ever seen on a controller.
Honestly, Microsoft has been kind of killing it with designs on their like special edition stuff, right?
Always, dude. And that's why I had to get a couple pictures up here just to show you guys this is real fucking craftsmanship and art at its finest. I mean, I even look at some of Nintendo's Pro controllers and like they're limited consoles and they're lacking. And I look at these and they pop and that
Yeah,
controller
they
pops.
definitely
Dude, I'll tell you what, I'm really, really hyped for Forza Horizon 5. I'm happy to have a PC. Thanks for the PC again, brother.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Forza Horizon 5, I'm ready for it. Go ahead, let's go. That's one of the
next
games.
one.
Game Pass Ultimate. It's gonna be day one. Get on that. The Halo.
The Halo Series X.
Infinite. Fucking what is it? 20th anniversary? 20th?
Yes.
20th fucking anniversary edition. That's a fucking nice Xbox right there.
Yeah, I think the controller looks great. The system looks great.
Not gonna get it because I have a PC and I don't have the money for it, but it's a fucking nice looking console. It's a pretty fucking put that on the platter kind of console.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real. I have a PC and a Series X, and there's a solid chance I end up buying this too.
Yo, fucking.
I remember. Quick little thing.
blame you.
I went in the store when the Xbox One S came out. That was the Gears of War red one with the laser etched scratches in it.
I remember seeing that. Yeah,
and I
remember
couldn't
seeing
help
that.
it. I just bought it.
I
didn't need one. I had plenty of systems. Like all the kids had systems, and I was like, "Ooh, that looks pretty. Give it to me."
Not only would I not judge you for buying that, but I wouldn't judge you for buying the other controller that I sent you. That's nice right there. That is nice.
So the Elite controller, Spartan 117.
Yeah, that's pricey, but that thing is fucking gorgeous. Again, something I can't afford. And I'm not like a hardcore fucking shooter gamer kind of guy, so I really don't need the Pro controller, but I really like the Forza controller, but I like that controller so much. That's a beautiful design. And then I don't know if you got that fourth one I sent you.
Yes, I did.
Oh,
Boom.
nice.
There we go.
Look at they didn't announce this during the presentation, but yeah, the LED gamepad, the mouse, dude. I'm telling you what, I know it's a
you
pricey
might get all of that,
mouse. No, just the mouse, bro. Honestly, but because the keyboard's 170, 180 bucks, and I got like almost the same thing sitting right in front of me. So I'm sure that's slightly better, but not by much. It looks like it's almost the same wrist guard that I have attachable to mine. The keys are almost, I'm just good. But I'll tell you what, that headset and that mouse are really, really nice. I really like that mouse pad. That's really where I might go, the mouse and the mouse pad.
Yeah, those big gaming mouse pads, I like those.
Yeah.
I have one, but it's not like a game. It's just a plain black. There's no design to it.
And then just super quick, 3 games on Game Pass coming out day one on Game Pass Xbox in the next 3 months. You got Back for Blood. You got
Blood.
5.
Love it.
And you got Halo. Within the next 3 months.
Yeah, can't wait.
Day one, Game Pass. All 3. If you don't have Game Pass, now is your fucking time to get into Game Pass.
Yeah, I mean, any time is your time to get in, but you should already be there. Whether you're on Xbox, PC, even now, if you're in an area where you have solid, like internet on your phone, like they're really expanding with the cloud gaming. I play on my breaks at work, and I mean, I do have Verizon 5G now, and we're lucky that there's a tower like right outside my job. But even on 4G, it was pretty good, just not so much for multiplayer games. On 5G, I can game on anything, like I'm sitting here on my Xbox. It's really impressive. And, yeah, you should just have Game Pass at this point, no matter what you've got going on.
No, I agree 100%.
Systems. Eventually they're going to get Game Pass on TVs and other types of gaming hardware and non-gaming hardware. Right now, you can play it on your PC, on your tablet, on your console, on your phone.
I've been using a bunch of games on Game Pass. And then our last thing of the segment that I want to talk about real quick, because I do unfortunately got to head right out, but Deal of the Week, Red Cloud Gamer actually brought it up to me today.
The Army Men!
Yes, if you got an Xbox or you got a PC, we'll be playing it a lot, it looks like.
It's also on PlayStation.
It is also on PlayStation, okay. It's the Mean Green...
The Mean Greens.
The mean greens, the green sweens.
Yeah, the mean greens plastic warfare.
Come play with us. Come hang out, dude. And this will be the last segment you guys hear this microphone. tomorrow I'm receiving a very, very nice surprise microphone that I'm not giving away right now because I'm gonna do unboxing on my Twitter, which you can find at the bottom right. Tomorrow, probably around 2, 3 o'clock. I don't know. We'll see when the mail comes, right?
Yeah.
But anything else you gotta add, man? Or
Nah, man, it's just nice to be back at it. I'm looking forward to churning out some more content.
yeah, we
Might
got
go
a lot
live with
more coming.
Deathloop just to see how other people react to it.
Word. Yeah, I definitely want to do a little quick death loop segment.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. If you don't have anything else, man.
No, that's it, man. Get your ass to work.
All right, pleasure talking. I'll give you a call when I get there, man. Green Swing signing out.
Red Cloud Gamer out too.